Hi, I'm here at George's Pizza, a place that has a lot of meaning to me. I grew up here, and it's a family business. I love this place, and I'm sure you will too. It's some of the best pizza on Cape, and I'm glad to share it with you. Today I'll be interviewing my grandma, the co-founder of George's, to find out more about its history and the current life there.
Ήρθαμε στην Αμερική με τον άντρα μου 1961. Ήρθαμε στο Worcester, Massachusetts. Εκεί δουλέψαμε στο εργοστάσιο στο Table Dog Company for many years anyway, and decided after to open something for us, small business anyway. The pizzeria is more easy for us. Και ανοίξαμε πιτσαρία στο West Springfield το 1968. And, καθίσαμε εκεί 2 χρόνια, αλλά δεν είχαμε καλές business και μου βάρεμε από εκεί και ήρθαμε στο Cape Cod. 1970 ήρθαμε στο Cape και ανοίξαμε εδώ την πιτσαρία και πήγε καλά το μαγαζί, είχαμε καλές business. The town ήταν very, very good for us. The people's good, business good, more business the summertime anyway. Και έτσι δουλεύαμε για τον εαυτό μας. Γιατί δεν ξέραμε καλά τη γλώσσα για να κάνουμε κάτι άλλο, καλύτερη δουλειά. Μόνο αυτό ήταν εύκολο για μας, επειδή δεν μπορούσαμε να μιλήσουμε καλά τα αγγλικά. Και ανοίξαμε την πίτσα. Πρώτα φτιάχνουμε το ζυμάρι, μετά τα αφήνουμε κανένα 2 ώρες το ζυμάρι στην άκρη να ξεκουραστεί, να κάνουμε raise up, μετά το κόβουμε σε μπαλάκια μικρά, το ζυγίζουμε και το κόβουμε μικρά μπαλάκια, το βάζουμε στο ψυγείο να κρυώσει για κάνα 2 ώρες και μετά τα ανοίγουμε από το open machine και το βάζουμε στο πιάτο. Το βάζουμε στο πιάτο, βάζουμε τη σάλτσα, βάζουμε το τυρί και τις κρατάμε με το τυρί τις πίτσες και όποιος παραγγείλει πίτσα βάζει πάνω ό,τι αυτός πράγματα θέλει να βάλει. Μ' αρέσει να δουλεύω στην πίτσα, μ' αρέσει η δουλειά. Γι' αυτό μ' αρέσει να μαγειρεύω, μ' αρέσει που έχουμε σε επαφή με ανθρώπους. Βλέπω πολύ κόσμο, περνάει από το μαγαζί κόσμος. Και μ' αρέσει, αυτό είναι, μ' αρέσει αυτή η δουλειά, μ' αρέσει, είμαι happy. Αγαπάω τη δουλειά μου, αγαπάω την πίτσα, γι' αυτό και είμαι εδώ τόσα χρόνια. Είμαι 53 years. I'm here 53 years. I hope you stay another 53.
I will now be interviewing my father, who is a co-owner and George's employee, to learn more about what makes George's a Cape Cod gem.
Well, George's has been here since 1970. It's a family-run business, so it's like any other family-run business. But we do have the same recipes from since then. We make our own dough, we make our own sauces. We don't cut any corners, and that's hard nowadays to be able to do that. But we're honest in that to our customers who've been coming here forever. So we just try to keep the same product, and that's hard, but that's what we try to do here. Well, I guess there's 3 ways to go about this. You can either walk in, have a seat, and eat in other words. You can call it in, and we can deliver it to your house, or you can call in and come and pick it up. So those are the 3 ways we do this, and that's about it. That's all I have to say about that. Well, we pretty much do everything here. Jobs, okay, so cleaning, that's the number 1 job. We're always cleaning. Then if you go produce, clean the produce, chop it, slice it, make salads, put things together. Dough, we make dough daily. Make the sauces, make the marinara sauce, make the pizza sauce, shred the cheeses, slice. I have all these cold cuts, cook the roast beef, cook the sausages, slave to make the meatballs. A lot of meatballs go through here. And pretty much it's all our recipes, and everything is made in the premises. It's, again, hard to do, but that's what we do. It's one word describes it: crazy. It's crazy. It's demanding. You have to be focused. Stuff happens all the time, and you have to be sort of putting out fires all the time. Keep everybody upbeat, because it gets hot in the kitchen, especially July and August. And people are demanding, and a lot of people don't know what we go through every day. They just show up and they want their food, they want it perfect, and they want it right away, and all this, and we understand that, and we try to do the best we can. However, when there's a line out the door, you just have to wait in the line, and we just keep doing it. That's it. Well, it's been hard to find workers because a lot of young people are leaving. The housing has been the latest problem after COVID. A lot of people are renting their houses the Airbnb way, so there's not a lot of rentals around. The ones that are around are expensive. Also, young people are looking for more things to do, so they move to bigger cities. They'll move to Boston or New York, or there's definitely jobs around here. It's just living around here is expensive, and that makes people leave. The people that do stay will have to share. There's a lot of restaurants, well, there's a lot of businesses that need help, and all the locals are hardworking. It's just there's not enough of them.
I will now be doing a short interview with a customer who chose not to be named, but has been a regular at George's for many years.
Everything. Pizza, grinders, calzone. It's fresh, it's good.
In all, George's Pizza has been a home for me my whole life, and for many others. As my grandma put it, it's the love of her life. And it's the love of mine. George's Pizza, as a whole, is a family. And we love it there. Because it loves us.
As a basketball athlete, a lot of basketball players only focus on the high school team they play for and only rely on that team to get better. But what if a young basketball athlete wants to go above and beyond and put in the work to improve their game outside of the high school team during the off-season or even during the season? To answer that question, I interviewed a couple people involved with the Monomoy High School basketball program.
I'm Jean-Louis Marjolet. I'm a student at Monomoy High School. I play JV basketball for Monomoy Sharks.
I'm Matthew Desir, and I'm a guard at Monomoy.
I'm Mr. Turner. I am the JV basketball coach, and I'm also the assistant football coach and an instructional assistant for the special education department.
What opportunities do students have for basketball to expand their skills other than the high school team to eventually set them up for success?
To expand their skills outside of school, I would say if they don't play other sports in other seasons, explore like different AAU programs. Like I know there's a bunch of guys play Sims, Warriors.
I think they could go to trainings after school.
They could put in the work and put in some training hours. Like we had training all over fall.
For example, I do AAU, Sims, Warriors, there's Bulls, a bunch of stuff you could do after school and stuff.
You know, it really helped some of the players. They developed from like the really like not as good kids. They developed to get better.
So yeah, just exploring those different AAU programs and seeing like how much work they can get through that. Normally it's like 2 practices a week and then tournaments on the weekend.
And I think we have a lot of opportunities with our new coach. He gave us a lot of opportunities and we're doing really good.
Do you think the community is doing enough for the students who want to improve and get to the next level of basketball?
As far as I know, yeah, I spoke to like the rec department. I know they run their open gyms from 12:30 to 4 every Saturday, so that's a great opportunity for guys to, like normally we don't have or we won't all season have practices or games on Saturdays, so that's a great opportunity for you guys to go work on 5-on-5 and do full court runs.
Not really. I feel like a lot of schools, they're not really putting in they're not giving their student athletes enough credit and enough work, enough time and place to give them an ability to do better.
I feel like we need more attention, Cape Cod.
I feel like this past fall and summer we did really good with our new coach. He gave us a lot of opportunities. So I feel like just some other schools could improve on that and we'd be more recognized on Cape Cod.
And we need to be we need more attention, we need more opportunities, because Cape Cod doesn't really have a lot of opportunities. It's really out of state.
I think the community itself wants student athletes to be able to work on their game outside of the team sport. So I think them offering these different open gyms allows you guys more opportunities to get better.
As a student athlete, what have you done growing up to improve on your game?
I also did DY travel, and yeah, we won the state championship. It was really a good team.
And I played travel basketball when I started. Well, I played summer league in 4th grade, but I played all the way till 8th grade. And that really helped my game, because playing travel ball and playing school ball. So you're playing 2 seasons in 1 season. So you really got more of an opportunity, and travel ball you played in more teams and we had more tournaments, so you got to play longer and more competition.
Do you think that basketball student athletes are taking advantage of the opportunities that the community is giving them outside high school athletics?
I would hope so. This is only my 2nd year here, so I don't know much about how interactive different students are, but
yeah, I do. I feel like some aren't, which they should, because if the school's giving you an opportunity, you should be able to take it and improve your game if you're really dedicated.
Yeah, I feel like the trainings are helping people get better, dribbling, shooting, on all levels, freshman, JV, and varsity. I feel like it's doing a lot to make our teams better.
yeah, I would say they are. I mean, with the opportunities that there are in the community, I mean, you got to take advantage of them. If you really love the game, if you really want to work on your craft and improve your skills and your shooting and all the different aspects of the game, I think they should definitely take advantage of it.
As you now know, student athletes in this community have different opinions than coaches on whether this community of Cape Cod is offering enough for the students who want to use their skills to get to the next level of basketball. But the real question is, what are the athletes going to do to get to that goal? How much love do the players have for a sport? And how much passion do they have for their skill? If the athletes really want to succeed in their sport, they will do whatever it takes to succeed, whether that means working on their craft for a team during the off-season, or even getting in a couple runs at the park or the rec center. It all starts with how hard you're willing to work to achieve your goal.
During sports seasons, during the fall, winter, and spring, students have to balance schoolwork, practice, and games. Many students struggle with keeping up with their grades, along with many other challenges. Student athletes have to put in a ton of time and effort to be successful. So today, I will be interviewing 2 varsity athletes, along with our softball, volleyball coach, Miss Yarnell, and our principal, Miss Police, to see their take on the struggle of being student athletes. Recently, I sat down with some athletes to understand their perspectives of how they manage their time on a busy school night.
When I get home, the first thing I do is my homework. I start with the hardest thing and then work down to the easiest. I usually spend about an hour to an hour and a half on homework every night. After I do my homework, I'll get prepared for hockey practice. That's like stretching, eating a snack, or eating dinner sometimes. Then I'll go to hockey practice. When I get to the rink, I usually stretch and play some soccer, and then I get ready.
During club season, I have to miss a lot of school for showcases, and I have to get dismissed a lot, and it affects me because I miss a lot of work, and it's hard to catch up with everything because I have tournaments on the weekends, so I can't really do my work on the weekends, and I have to really manage my time well. How do you balance making sure your schoolwork is done and not falling behind, along with making sure you make it to practice?
I keep up with my schoolwork by, if I have too much schoolwork, I'll do some during JAWSOM, and if I can't get it all done before hockey practice, I'll do some after practice. And I'm pretty good about getting my assignments done in class, so I pay attention and focus.
I really take JAWSOM as an advantage, and I use my JAWSOM for my schoolwork, and I still have to do a lot of work at home and just try to do it in the car if I can, but because it's hard when I'm home because I need to shower and go to bed because I like to go to bed early, so it's hard.
Are there any recommendations you would give other student athletes to be successful?
As a student athlete, I recommend developing a routine for yourself. I recommend putting what you have for homework, maybe working out after school, eating a snack, getting ready for practice, things like that. You should focus on school the most, but you can also focus on yourself.
I would recommend to get yourself a planner and plan what you have to do and what tests you have and how you're gonna do your homework and where and what day everything's due.
What do you do when you get dismissed early from school for games?
If I get dismissed early for a game, if I have a lot of work, I'll do some on the bus, or earlier that day I'll go in for JAWSOM because it helps me get my work done.
When I get dismissed early for games, I'll tell the teachers or they'll know because of the schedule, and I'll just make sure to go into JAWSOM to see the work that I missed and how to do it.
Now I'll be asking our principal and one of our sports coaches what struggles they see in student athletes.
So as someone who's coached high school and collegiate athletes for the last 25 years, I think one of the biggest things that I've seen change is I think just the time commitment for athletics has grown significantly. I think the time that kids are spending on club sports, additionally with high school or even middle school sports, I think everything is competing against each other, so I think the push and pull in many different directions for student athletes is probably the greatest challenge.
I would say probably time management skills of balancing the workload of being a student and then just games, practices, and not feeling too overwhelmed.
As a coach and teacher, what do you do to make sure your students are ready for class?
So I'm going to answer this question from a coaching perspective. I think I try to recognize the time commitment that families are making, because it's not just about the student athlete. As a parent of athletes and as a coach, I understand the time commitment that families are investing in athletics, and I think I try the best that I can to strike a balance for families, because I feel like as a coach I can control that. I can control the schedule. I can control the amount of time that my athletes are putting into the sport that I'm coaching, and that has a direct impact on families as well. I think the biggest message that I could send to you is that I try to encourage families to find a balance between athletics and other priorities.
I think communication is key, so with Google Classroom I have all the assignments. If people are absent, I'll just go up to them, have a conversation on what they're missing to make sure that they're staying with the rest of the class.
Have you seen a change in students from when you started coaching to now?
Yes, and I think I started to answer this a little bit. 25 years ago, there was very limited opportunities for students outside of school sports, and I think the greatest change has been the impact of travel sports, and I think the time, the money, the commitment, and sometimes I think the the unintended, like the promise of whether it's scholarship money. I think that that's probably the biggest change and shift that I've seen is kids are focusing more on their travel team. And they're also, what I don't necessarily agree with is I see too much specializing in one sport. The greatest athletes that I've ever coached are multi-sport athletes. So I think one of the biggest mistakes that I see is I see student athletes specializing in one area, in one sport. And there's a physical risk to that, but even greater, there's an emotional risk to that.
Yes, so I started coaching about almost 20 years ago, and there is a big change. I think that digital media plays a huge part in it. I've seen a rise in anxiety. There's a lot more parent involvement, sometimes in a negative way. I think kids are losing self-advocacy, but also just making sure that their time management skills, I see a lack of that in a lot of these kids. But also a lot more kids are engaged in sports from back when I started coaching. So it's not always just negative.
No pain, no gain.
Cape Cod has many great activities. Mini golfing, shopping, going to the beach, but one of the best is going to Johnny Kelly Park. The park was named after one of the locals, John Albert Kelly, who had many fitness accomplishments. Johnny Kelly is a park in Dennis, Massachusetts that has a playground, 3 trails with climbing structures along the way, basketball and tennis courts, a parking lot, and a field. The many play structures along the trails and in the playground were made entirely with recycled materials. One uniquity of the park is the Braille Trail, one of the 3 trails people can walk along. This trail has a rope to lead those who have trouble seeing and many Braille signs. It is wheelchair accessible and just an amazing place for children and adults alike. On a rainy afternoon, I was able to ask a couple of people if they come to Johnny Kelly often and why they like it there.
Well, it's very close to my house, so I can walk. And I've been coming here for many, many years. I've walked my dogs over the years, different ones that I've had and lost. And currently, the one I have now is at home, dry. But I love it in here. It's peaceful. It's beautiful. I see a lot of the same people. I've met a lot of people here. I met my now husband walking our dogs in here, so that was a good thing because we both lost our spouses.
Recently, we've been coming almost every day, honestly, just to get our steps in.
When was the first time you came here? Will you tell me about the first time?
Oh my. Now I would say probably almost, I'm trying to think of when they built this place. Because I've lived near here for over 40 years. So I probably started coming here close to that. I remember a lot of that. I mean, it's evolved over the years so much. They've built the playground. It was just, when they first had a playground, it was much smaller and it was a wooden structure. They didn't have the pavilion over there back in those days. So I think originally it was just kind of a wooded path, and they put up different exercise stations. Again, those have, changed over the years, and they've improved, and they built ball fields and all of that. So it's definitely utilized by many people from our town and other towns as well. People come here just to come to this park. So yeah, my kids grew up near here, and they went to the recreation program that was held here every summer. So yeah, we have a lot of good memories.
The first time I came here, I was probably 11 or 12 years old. I moved here when I was really young, and the first time I came here, I think I came to play basketball with some friends. My mother brought me here, so.
What's your favorite thing about the park, and does it have any special meaning to you?
Favorite thing about the park? I guess just that it's close to my house, and it's great because I think it's more, for me, I like walking on this type of surface rather than pavement. And I see so many people, friends, people that I've met over the years. Yeah, that's about it.
Honestly, yeah. I'm like 30 now, but when I've been coming here for probably like 20 years. I know that sounds crazy, but this is where I've always played sports with my friends. Like anytime I've ever done any outdoor activity with my friends, this has been like the go-to park. So, I mean, whether we're playing frisbee in the open field or touch football, basketball, things like that, we've been coming here for pretty much years. Like now we play phone games that track your mileage. So this has been just like the go-to place for outdoors, honestly.
Which part of the park do you utilize the most?
The walking trail, yeah, I have to say.
Right now, the track, because I do like a step program where it follows where you walk, so we pretty much do that every day.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Johnny Kelly Park is truly one of the best places on the Cape. You can exercise, enjoy nature, and let your kids play on play structures all in one go. Between the park's rich history and fun present, you really can't go wrong. Thank you for watching. I hope you get to come here someday.